this is a video that I've been thinking about doing for a long time. The guys aren't being very cooperative, but I'm gonna force them. We're gonna do a video of different ways that you could strap your hammock to the tree. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna force either Ryan or Evan to show us the strap system that you're gonna get with your Hennessy hammock if you buy them. What are they called again, Ryan? Yeah, but tree straps, tree huggers or something like that. So we're gonna use some tree huggers and fasten to the tree. Are you gonna demonstrate, Ryan? Ryan?
You don't fast them to the tree.
Okay, well then let's, Ryan, how do you do it? Let's hear you explain to the viewing audience.
Well, I don't use them properly either. That's kind of an issue.
Ryan to explain?
Yeah.
Terrible idea.
All right, so you're gonna strap this tree hugger around the tree. Sorry, you're not gonna strap it. You're gonna wrap it?
Yeah.
You're gonna wrap it around the tree, and we're gonna come
Through one loop,
through a loop,
through the other. I'm just gonna half tie this one. I gotta go to the other side.
All right, thanks for the demo, Ryan. All right, so that's obviously one of the ways that you can tie your hammock. So another way that you can hang your hammock is using a different type of strap. So this strap's got several loops in it. So you've got different hitch points on the loops. You could tie your hammock directly to that, or you can get a carabiner. You're gonna want one that's rated for climbing or that's made specifically for hammocks. And what you can do, you can get your cordage so that it's already tied into this, and then you can raise your hammock up and down by latching into different loops, which obviously you can wrap around the tree a different number of times in order to determine how high or how low your hammock would be situated. One of the next ways that you could hang your hammock is with one of these. Now this is called a can jam. This is rated for 280 pounds. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you make sure you have one that's a proper rating. This is made out of metal. There's some of these that are made out of plastic. I would definitely not recommend that. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your paracord and feed it through. And then once you got it fed through, you're gonna just pull on it. It's gonna start feeding itself through this piece here, which is not gonna let it pull back. So you can really pull back on it and nothing happens. So then you just pull that until you've got it tight. And when you're ready to take it down, you're gonna push on this button here, which is gonna unclip it, and then you can feed the line back out. If you are gonna use one of these, my recommendation would be to make sure you tie off a knot and tie back into your clip or into your strapping, just so that if something happens and this gives way, you don't end up on the ground in the middle of the night. Another option that we have is to use some climbing rings. So if you see these here, these are climbing rings. I've got them attached to this carabiner. Once again, you're going to want to make sure you get ones that are rated for climbing. They make a bunch of these. I don't know what they're for. They look similar, but they're not rated for climbing. You're going to want to come through both of the rings, come back around, leave yourself an opening, feed back between the two. You're going to create this sort of knot here, and then you're just going to be able to pull, and that's going to pull your hammock up. But once again, these two are going to sort of lock themselves to lock on your rope, and when you pull back, it's going to cause tension, and they're not going to be able to slip loose. So it just helps you pull it up a little bit quicker. Again, same thing as the can jam. If you're going to use this technique, I always recommend you're going to tie back onto this carabiner or up into your strapping. So there you have it. Now we've got our hammock set up. We used a couple different ways to try and get it set up there. I prefer the can jam style or the rings. Either way, they're going to help you pull it tight a little bit easier. A lot of the other guys like the tree straps. Now, obviously, you can just use your paracord and tie directly around the tree. I don't recommend that. It will hold you up for sure, and you can adjust, but it does eat into the trees. So if there were a lot of people doing it in the same trees, especially smaller ones or ones that have very thin bark, could damage the tree. And you want to make sure you've got those trees around for years to come so you can keep camping. So there we go. Hammock's all set up and a few different ways to do it.